Completing an assessment in MyCSF. After generating your assessment, back on the Scoping and Assessment tutorial, you will be taken here to the Assessment Questionnaire page. Your assessment initially only contains not started domains. First, let us glide over to the nav bar on the left-hand side and click on the Expand button to view the full description of our domain names. The name and security option, represented by the shield icon, will redirect you to the user roles, assessor organization, and CSF version. One below is a link to the administrative and scoping, represented by the cogs icon. Each option in red here will take you to a different page within the administrative and scoping page. Now, below our red factors link will lie the assessment questionnaire option, represented by the pencil icon. You can press any of the 19 assessment domains listed in your catalog for easy navigation at any time while exploring your environment. Now, to collapse the nav bar, just press the same button you used to expand, right here at the top. Nearby, in the questionnaire overview panel, you will see a summary about the page. More importantly, this section will contain the assessment's action buttons to finish milestones, like submitting an assessment after completion or accepting a draft report after it's been posted. The answer status summary panel will reveal how many statements you have as well as their statuses. Hover over the pie chart to view their respective percentages. You can also take an at-a-glance view of the completion statuses to the right of the chart. Here in the Assessment Domains table, you will find all of your domains that contain statements with their underlying statuses. Let us begin on the second assessment domain called Endpoint Protection. Press anywhere within a statement. Respond by filling out the 5 maturity levels on the right side of the statement window. Notice the Policy, Process, and Implementation drop-downs contain an input already due to configuring the default scoring profile. Remember, back on the default scoring profile, you can give yourself a pre-score for certain maturity levels as an option. You can still go back and pre-score different maturities by clicking on the red default icon in the nav bar on the left-hand side of the screen. Press Save after you finish the maturity levels. You will notice the status has been updated to complete. MyCSF has also automatically calculated a Csf Compliance Score above the status. Csf Compliant indicates the score exceeds the threshold necessary for certification. We'll follow the same steps for another standard, but here we will give ourselves a failing grade to develop a gap. Gap identified reveals we do not meet the certification criteria. You will also be able to add caps when a statement returns a gap identified under the Actions drop-down. This allows you to begin your remediation efforts immediately after encountering a gap. After pressing Save, you now have 2 completed statements, with the second one displaying a gap. Operating identical to the filtering tabs found on the Assessment Domains table, you can click on your filters to sift through your statements. If you would like to mark a statement as not applicable, click on the statement and press Not Applicable. For any statements indicated as not applicable, be sure to provide the justification in the comments box. Now that a comment has been added, the statement has been marked complete. Switch to the Not Started tab to view the remaining statements that need to be answered. You can find additional detail regarding the statement in the More Info drop-down. Use the illustrative procedures to help clarify necessary information to accurately score the statement. View the authoritative sources to uncover the related authoritative source mappings for any statement. Click the Risk Factors option to get a record of the factors that apply to a statement. View the history log to keep track of the users who have answered a statement. Over in the Actions drop-down, you will find a few helpful items to help complete a statement. The Delegate to Others option is a beneficial tool to better manage resources and aggregate a collection of responses. If you wish to document evidence for a statement, use the Add Related Document functionality. You can either reference items previously uploaded or add new items that are not yet in your document repository. The Inheritance option will give you the ability to copy the maturity scores from another assessment, either internally or externally. Internal inheritance permits the transfer of information from one of your previous assessments. External inheritance permits you to leverage the inputs from another organization's assessment so long as they participate in the inheritance program. One down below Inheritance, you will find the diary entries. Diary entries will enable you to enter comments on each of your statements to communicate with others working on your assessment. Quickly filter the statements that you have been assigned by clicking the Assigned Statements box above a domain. You will see a list of statements that have been assigned to you. Quickly jump to the next domain by clicking the Forward button at the top of the page. On the contrary, the Back button will open the preceding domain. Once you have completed all of your statements in each of your required domains, you will then be able to submit an assessment. For additional help with MyCSF, please refer to the MyCSF user guide or contact support at hightrustalliance.net.